Welcome back, crafty friends. I am going to attempt to make a voiceover here. I've been a little bit sick, but we're going to see if we can get through this here. So, this is for day one of May I Scraplift You. Pineapple Papers, who is Crystal Barrett, she organizes this every year, every May. And today we are scrap lifting kaezmom. And I showed you there a picture of the layout that I was scrap lifting. And you'll notice that the first batch of papers that I showed indicated I was going to make a 12 by 12 layout. However, I realized later before I started working on it that I needed it to be a 9 by 11 layout for my grandson's scrapbook album. So I ended up staying with the same color scheme, but I did pull out my bag of scraps, which are full of My Mind's Eye, which was a favorite company of mine way back in the day. And so I thought this would be fun to use some of my favorite papers that have just been waiting for the perfect layout. So here I am, that this is a matte, and this is actually watercolor paper, because at first I thought I was going to do some mixed media, and since it was a smaller layout, I thought it might, thought I would just experiment and see how everything would react based on the watercolor paper versus like a thicker cardstock with gesso. But really, I just ended up doing mostly stamping and didn't really use any water. So here I am just figuring out my different layers from all of my scraps. And I did decide to tear each of the edges. And so here I'm just kind of auditioning that I decided I didn't quite want that second paper to go all the way to the edge, so I just ripped it in half, and that little section will hide behind where my photo goes. And so here is now where I'm going to start doing my stamping. And I used a bunch of different, basically distress type of stamps. And I think all of my inks were from Tim Holtz. And so that first stamp, I believe, was from maybe an All Create. And then this red rubber stamp is a Tim Holtz stamp. And I was kind of experimenting underneath where my strips of paper there, so I could test what it was going to look like. And so I believe I'm mixing two different colors here with this stamp. And then before I put it on my paper, I'm actually stamping off and using the second generation stamp on my layout to get a lighter version of that color. And so, let's see, I believe this one also is an All Create stamp. And I am using the yellow, and I did go ahead and just put those diagonally across from each other. And I just flipped the stamp, so the little swiggly, what looks to be like a piece of thread twisted around, goes in two opposite directions. Let's see, this one, I think this one has like some grid and maybe like some ledger information on it. And that's another one where I mixed two different colors. There's my two blues. And there you can see that I have my stamping done. I did add a few others that you didn't see me stamp that looks like a coffee ring, which I believe was using speckled egg. And that little piece I was from 49 and Market that has been in my stash for a while. I also used several tickets from 49 and Market that came in the big long rolls, and just been working through that stash as well, those tickets. And really, I just kind of had to pull from my stash because I didn't have a specific set of embellishments that I wanted to use for this layout. Since it was really just a cute picture of GiGi, great grandma, with Cody here. And really, that's all I was documenting, was just the cuteness of the two of them looking at each other. So, just getting those tickets in there, and a couple different layering pieces there. And then I pulled out some super old Maya Road red flowers. I did get a chance to use this circle from 49 Market that had been cut in half, that I used the other half some other time, quite some time ago. And now I am adding my title. I believe the cursive blue letter stickers were possibly an exclusive from Hip Kit Club. And then the gold glitter GG, I think, are probably just American Crafts stickers that have been in my stash for a while. So, and then also around the layout, you can see that I pulled out some old paper flowers as well. I believe those were those really old, I think they were Prima. They might have been Doodlebug. I can't remember, that they came like in the big glass jars, and there were several different colors all together. And so I pulled out a few red ones, and then I also have the teeny tiny ones as well in red. And then I think I finished those off with like a cream brown colored pearl in the smaller ones to kind of mimic the middle of that bigger flower that I'm gluing on right now. And when I have those big, bulky flowers like that, I do use a hot glue gun. And let's see. Now just adding a few more bits and pieces from my 49 Market stash. That banner, both of those banners, I think, were from older collections that I've had along the way. And now I'm just kind of adding all those little flowers with the pearls in it. And that is pretty much going to wrap up this layout for today. So if you're interested in following along, I will see if I can add a link below to the May I Scraplift You playlist. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave those below. Hopefully I wasn't yelling too loud. My ears are very plugged up. Obviously, you can tell that I am very congested because some of my words probably sounded funny. And so if you have any questions, let me know. And hopefully I wasn't too loud through the voiceover. And maybe tomorrow will be better for the next voiceover. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.